Storm over summer drama here for 16.
That's forward. And that, wow, that wheel has fully, as we can see, come adrift. So
he's had a decent hit at turn 8. Look at the damage.
Oh, that's a massive red flag too.
The car is in the runoff at turn 9, red flag.
It's like a lot of damage to that wall.
Oh, that is not turned. Sort of going to... He was a long way from the inside of the corner. That car didn't turn at all. He's gone at an impact very early.
It's hard to tell from that angle. Did it hit the curb on the inside?
No, he didn't hit the curb on the inside. He was away from the apex. And he's impacted very early in the piece, so almost sort of gone near.
Oh, yeah, it's wide, isn't it? Yeah, on the way in. Wow.
That could be it. Yeah, it's Mark Scopes is standing as the...
It is a challenge. Well, here we go. It's the safety car that Tim was just talking about. It sounded like someone else was having a bit of trouble.
And I think that might be his teammate. Sorry to come across you there. That's Jack Smith, is it? Is it the 98? So he's with Paul Morris Motorsports, obviously. Just 17 years of age. Big mission coming here to the mountain in a supercar for the first time. And they've been working very closely with him all weekend just to rein things in, but that's a decent hit at the top of the mountain. Let's hope he's okay. Safety car, the Lexus RCF safety car is being deployed. And
that's a big hit. Oh, that was a very big hit head on.
It's like the double pinball, wasn't it? The moment it got up on the curbing, it was all off the ideal line. Oh, that's big. That's big. Look at the air and the attitude the car got before it finally ricochets off to the right into the wall. This is where it sort of all started by unsettling the car, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's offline and, you're scrambling when you go over there and you're a little bit offline. But, it's that.
Oh, no, you were kidding me. How did LeBron get round the outside?
Wow.
No one was managing that one very well down at Matt White Racing.
Fly on the wall in that debrief.
Here we go.
Let's confirm.
So here's the replay.
That Hazelwood with the round win.
LeBrook got such a run. He braked so much later and managed to get the car pulled up. He was right around the outside. Man, they are going to be talking about this one for a while. They are going to be talking about that one internally within the team, but also the officials will be looking at it as well. And we'll get back down to Rihanna.
Matt Stone, congratulations. You are the Dunlop Super 2 driver champion. Excellent work.
Andretti, oh, big trouble for Cam Waters. Damage to the brand new car. To yank the right front out of that car, and you can see the scuff marks down the left side. That'll be turn 8. What a frustration for Waters, whose pre-season prep has been intense, and he's very cranky with himself. Red flag. There's been signs of this from a few people, so it's big push understeer. He's not responding to the front.
and has just bruised that wall hard. And then it's just a disaster for the next couple of 100 metres. Here's the onboard.
I wonder where it plucks the right. Oh, here we go. About to tell the story.
Yeah, I was about to say there's more to it. So when he gets to the next wall. So it's bad enough that they're dealing with left-hand damage on this car, but they've now got it going on both sides. So here's the other angle. That's very heavy contact. That's going to get into cross members and uprights and you name it.
Especially this one now.
And now this one here.
Yeah. Bang! That's hit hard.
Yeah, so that's both sides of the front and the left rear. So the only thing that you might have got away with there is there might be minimal bruising on the right rear.
But do you remember Mostert doing a similar thing? Remember it went right across to the inside wall? It's unusual when you've done that and you've plucked that out.
Well, you can't steer.
Yeah, you're a passenger, aren't you?
Basically sitting there going for the ride.
But when he turned in, there were two things. We'll have a look at the turn-in spot. But when he turned in, it's still going really quick when he made contact with that right-hand wall. Wow, that's a brand new car, remember?
The tethers have held, the tethers have done their job, and they've held that right front wheel. The most important thing is that we just do all that cleanly. We don't want them racing each other. We certainly don't want any vigorous battles that result in tears. This is wild. Courtney with fresh tyres, trying to find the place. He's turned him into the fence hugely. So Heimgartner's been pushed into the wall. And for the second successive race meeting late in the day, big damage on car 7.
Can he get it back? So can he get it back? He's currently, now watch this. So on the outside, he moves it back across, wipes it across the back of the Ultima, and turns him around.
And De Pasquale's got damage to the splitter on the front of his car, which is flapping like car 9 was earlier in the day. Here it is again. Check it out. New tyres. Oh, he stayed with that for a long time.
Can't do that.
I think he'd be in trouble for that. He had his foot in the throttle the whole time. Craig Baird will be watching that carefully.
The first one, there was a little bit of contact early, which is back to see some oversteer. Watch this correction in a second. So there's a little bump right there. So it's all over. And then he moves back the other way. Just can't do it. It's totally out of line.
So that's a sad sight, unfortunately, for car number 7 for the second successive event, as I said, for Andre Heimgartner very late in the day with a big damage around the front of that car. It's actually damaged the rear as well.
So the fluid displacement's different and gives you more or less pedal travel on the brake pedal. And it's a very unique thing for the driver. And the FPR, or the Pro Drive Racing Australia battle that Mark's talking about, I'm not exactly sure, but this is a big failure there.
That's a big hit, Jack. That's an enormous hit to Lee Holdsworth, who had no idea Nick Percat was coming at undiminished velocity across the Rolex sign at the inside of turn 1, and he was speaking about braking.
They're as safe as houses. Look at the replay. Nick Percat there on Todd Kelly, and you see there instantly no brakes. He's gone to the inside to miss drilling the back of Todd Kelly. He's gone across the inside of the tyre bundle, backed his car into the rear of Lee Holdsworth, and it has opened the back of that BJR Commodore up, taking the rear windscreen out. I've never seen one of the new rear windscreens break like that.
And I think this was a case of, well, I either hit Todd Kelly or I bail out of that and try and avoid and get lucky and avoid everyone. And Holdsworth copped the brunt of that in the right rear corner of the Preston Hire Commodore, as did Brad Jones Racing Car. Incredible livery for this weekend. So this will show it really well.
And Lee was nearly past. He nearly got that gap between the cars. But I would suggest a bit of suspension damage to Lee's car. I reckon that car...
Right there. Oh, and a big crash for Will Brown. Whoa, 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 everybody. They've got the yellows out. Here we go. It's going to hit. There you go. That was going to be close, but...
Here is what happened. So let's understand. Oh, shocking impact with the inside wall for Will Brown, and then he's made heavy contact with safety car intervention. We've got a safety car again. Why do we have a safety car? And here's the reason. Car number 99 in trouble now. Anton De Pasquale is in the wall. They've not had a good day at Penrite Racing. He's been angry and frustrated on the radio, Anton. And now he's also found the concrete.
A little bit wide on the entry. You can see he's got the brake lights on and lock brake.
Wow.
It didn't turn right properly, did it?
No, it didn't even look like it.
No.
Did it fall down?
There's something, a mechanical failure for sure. Something left front, whether it's a tyre gone down or a left front. Yeah, that has gone in massively hard.
That's a bell ringer.
And that did not turn right.
No. Webby's got locked up under the back of the Nissan, tagged Hazelwood, rotated it, and then it's gone into the fence backwards and rolled. Catch fence has done its job. Testament to the strength in the cars. This is the Dunlop Super 2 Series leader. A wonderful job in his wildcard appearances this year. Here's another angle of it. Violent impact, huge energy dissipated by the tyre barrier, and the car flipped up onto its roof. And this is where the multi-point harness, the seats, the hands device that secures the helmet so that he doesn't end up with a disproportionate amount of movement with that kind of impact does its job. And the good news is that he's out of the car. Let's have a look in real time and listen.
And again, lucky that fuel cell. That's what happens when you're the pioneer. When you're doing it, he's in. That's a massive crash there for Tander. He's spun. That's Rick Kelly involved. Tim Blanchard, Moffat, they're all involved. Have a look at this. This will be red flagged. That is a massive crash.
Red flag. All cars are to stop on the grid in order, please. In their current order, all cars to stop on the grid with caution, please.
Like 10-pin bowling. Now let's ride with Will Davison. We'll just be quiet here for a sec. That hurts from this far back.
That is serious, serious accident.
Another angle. And then it's a question of, I mean, people just can't react. I mean, there's cars flying everywhere. You've got... Scott Pye's gone in heavily in the Dick Johnson racing car. Fast approach to that braking zone, and it has whistled off at a huge rate of knots down here. Luckily, it's gone to that tyre barrier, because not far left of that, clearly there's a concrete wall, so that is a frightening scene.
And we very rarely see what looks like a complete brake failure in that zone. And as Greg Murphy reported before, you can see there over the top of Van Gisbergen's car, you can see that car just disappearing off there into the tyre wall. So great job by that tyre barrier to absorb the energy. And again, we've just seen Scott Pye get out. And that is a big crash, Neil. That's fast. 250 kilometres an hour in that zone. And when Greg reported...
That was Bargwanna. That was Bargwanna. Had a huge moment. It's rolled.
It's a Bundy car.
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
Oh, my goodness. One of the Bundaberg Red races has gone over. And that is an almighty crash.
Yeah, so apologies. I've called that wrong. But that's going to bring out the safety car, and that was a shocker. Can't work out which one it is at this point.
It's 24. It's Fabian Coulthard. My goodness. Now watch this on the Zinger replay. So it goes into the sand trap sideways. And there's only one way to go for that car carrying that amount of speed. And there's mess everywhere. I mean, that car has just disintegrated. But the roll cage has done the job because Fabian has jumped out without a scratch on him. Watch this.
Both those cars were lying astern. Apologies for the wrong call, but that was a monster moment. Look at this. I think he's ended up on the grass out there as he's turned it in, and off it's gone. Just illustrates the pace. It's just an explosion. And
a 1 and 2 on the grid. Courtney a winner yesterday for Ford. Can Whincup respond? Waiting for the start. And Wincup's got it nailed initially. Lowndes is running as well. And again, that was Holdsworth. He was slow away yesterday. Oh, contact. Winterbottom into the fence. Heavy contact and heavy damage.
It's a big crash. That will trigger a safety car.
At the entrance of turn 1, just to hold.
Voice of race director Tim Schenken. Mark Winterbottom moving in the car.
Safety car boards and flags, safety car boards and flags. Safety car, just move around the corner onto the start of the straight, just 60 kilometres an hour. Actually 40, correction, 40 kilometres an hour.
So that was Tim Schenken's scenario. There he is right there. He's clouded the left rear of Mark Winterbottom's car, and he's gone in a fair clip of speed there. That'd be, at that point, he was probably at about 160 kilometres an hour already from a standing start.
So you can see there, this is the parked car. Steve Johnson did a very good job to get round.
And here's the contact coming up momentarily.
Now.
Bang. It turns Mark hard left, 45 degrees to the wall. It looks pretty spectacular, but it's not a really bad bit.
Category Australian Formula 4 Championship, but it can be brutal as well. This was yesterday up at McPhillamy, and a real nasty incident. Now, Garry Jacobson was the one who comes around here and hits this stationary car of Shay Davies. And I can just give you an update on Gary's medical position right now. He spent the night in hospital, a compound fracture to his upper arm and also a sprained ankle. Oh, man. Surgery last night, pins and screws in through the arm. He'll be released from hospital tomorrow. So, Garry, if you've got the telly on today, mate, we wish...
Oh, big moment, a massive moment for one of the Pepsi Max cars. Into the wall and out of business for Chaze Mostert, the reigning champion, has had a monumental crash. This will be a red flag. Mostert has had a terrible accident at the top of the hill. A shocking accident that's ridden this car off. On the exit of the dipper, high-speed S's. Oh, he's clouded the wall, which has ricocheted him into the outside wall, and then the catastrophe really begins. It's just a pinball at that point, and it's ridden right across the top of that wall and completely ripped down the debris fencing. Understand that there are officials behind that as well. So he's clipped that wall, gone then from the left side of the road to the right, that's then fired it back to the left, and very lucky not to get across the top of the wall. Drivers, fortunately, have also got the additional carbon protection.
An open wheeler like a Formula Ford. Whoa, there's a massive crash that looks like it's on the exit of turn 8, and that's David Reynolds, yep, car 14, Rodney Jane's teammate. Debris everywhere. That looks like a massive hit.
Yeah, that's a very big impact there. Very, very fast. Once again.
Let's have a look on the replay. He bounces wide. You see the back of the car goes up in the air. I just wonder, Craig, whether he may have clipped that inside ripple strip coming through there.
Yeah, very much looks like it. You can see the car bouncing through the apex, the back steps there, and a very, very big impact. That's not even a decision there. That's just a safety car straight out. He's parked that car in the middle of the circuit. They'll want to get to him very, very quickly and make sure he's all okay. These cars, one thing we can say about them is they're very, very safe. They're a very strong car.
That's in real speed, and that is a huge hit. Look at the door just peel off and go to the inside of the track. The back of the car stepped out, I'd say, when he's actually lifted. He's realised he's going to run wide. He's lifted off and hit it with the rear end. Thankfully, David Reynolds is okay. He's wearing one of the new hive.
Oh, that's at the top. So, McPhillamy, he's gone straight ahead.
Got light over the top, didn't it? Awkward, and he wasn't able to get it turned. Wow.
Get it turned a lot at all, though. Is it just because he got light there, Rusty? It was bizarre. Maybe he fell.
Lap number 1.
Oh,
and
no!
2 trucks real sideways. Oh, and we've got a truck up and over, a big pirouette. That was a big wreck right now for the always evolving AE now number 75.
And it's Jake Kostecki. He's not going nowhere in a hurry.
He is hoping he is still going to be up and going, but he is on a 3-wheeler. Now I'm hoping that means Kostecki.
It's going side by side through here in the driver's briefing this morning. 2 trucks get together in mid-air. Nothing you can do about it there. And look at the way. And the dude was lucky. He probably got a bit of damage to his truck too on the way through. But massive damage to truck 75, the always evolving entry that we'd see Eric Davison in contact.
Wow.
With Hines, perhaps. Mid-air.
Real wild ride there. I have seen every lap of this series. I have yet to see a truck come apart like that, but it really doesn't matter what happened to the truck or how it happened. All that matters is that Jake Kostecki is in good shape, and he's giving thumbs up saying he's all right. And it looks like we're going to go into a...
See what happened.
Yeah, you can see there's absolutely nowhere to go because there's no room on the inside curb, and he's gone over the front of his wheel, and that's launched him into the air. Loads of damage to Goddard's car. As you can see, look, he's got a better run through Craner curves, goes down the inside into Old Hairpin. Kiergaard turns in. Goddard's on the curb, nowhere to go. Over the top of him, you can see his hands trying to cover his head there. It's fantastic now that these guys have got to wear carbon fibre.
And let's find out exactly what transpired up on top of the mountain. Like you mentioned, Matt, very windy up there.
Wow. You know how yesterday we talked about that tyre wall maybe going further down? Had that not been extended, he may have just missed that wall.
Yeah.
Here it is again, coming down the hill.
Pure violence.
He was coming in hot, 51.8 to the first sector. He was flying down the mountain a little too much for the Boost Mobile team. And with a very short turnaround, what, with 2 hours effectively now from lights out here.
He chased it the whole way down.
Absolutely.
So rear in and then left front as well. And you know what? We have barely seen a mistake from him.
Yeah.
In his debut Super 2 season.
Oh, that's big.
That was Pye.
That'll make contact with another car down there.
And it did. It's made contact with quite a few. Huge damage. James Courtney's involved. David Reynolds also went off, and the Fujitsu Commodore is an absolute wreck.
That's the third race meeting in a row for car number 22, and that's substantial damage on the GRM entry. It was, in fact, Prema that was out there. It wasn't Pye. And then you said that'll create a contact because he's got so much pace you can't pull up on the grass or the rocks, and it'll be Courtney that Alex has grabbed. So apologies to Scott and friends and family there, but look at this. So all locked up, but there's no way known you can stop it on the grass.
And just in the wrong spot at the right time. This was Whincup last year.
So Reynolds will get by. Now here comes James Courtney as the car lifts. The Fujitsu car lifts. Oh! Ouch. All 4 wheels of James Courtney's car off the road at point of impact on the driver's side, with the rear of Alex Prema's car hitting him at full.
Picked Courtney's car up, actually lifted the right-hand side of it off the road.
Damit vorbei in Führung. Weil hier natürlich mit maximalem Abtrieb gefahren wird, hilft das DRS richtig. Und das hat man hier gesehen. Richie, Stanaway, ein übler Abflug des deutschen Formel-3-Überfliegers. Und wirklich übler Abflug, aufgestiegen am Vordermann. Und solch ein Klatscher dann, der tut richtig weh. Der geht in die Wirbelsäule hinein.
Center chicane. We're about to find out exactly what happened. Quick approach. There's the HQ expiring. Oh, and there's Tom, the 20-year-old, into the fence quite hard.
Oh, no! Jamie Whincup has had a huge disaster into the wall.
I can't tell you what.
Wow, that's
when it's safe to, mate. Exit the car when it's safe to.
Here it is in replay. Oh no, there was 2 cars involved. It was Todd Kelly and Jamie Whincup. It was Todd that ran wide. Wow, what a shame. That is a serious impact. That's going to be another big mission for... Yeah, the rears are locked. I think something's failed. That's way over target speed down there.
On him here, he's looking for the move. Shane's not making it easy, and he's turned around. That looked like it was almost destined to happen, mate. Chaz had shown the nose the last couple of corners. And there's contact further down the field. That's James Moffat.
He had nowhere to go.
Straight into the front of Shane Van Gisbergen. Damage to both cars.
And Shane was trying to turn the car around. Moffat still racing. Need to see a replay of that to make it.
1-2 and looking for a big improvement here from position 12, where he currently is.
That was Bryce forward up the escape road, so he had gone. Oh, someone's in the fence there.
Brodie Kostecki, is it?
Yes, he is. He was way wide at the exit of 11. Maybe clipped the wall, I think he has. Musket. There's going to be a red flag come out, I would say.
That was shades of Nick Percat there a moment ago for Richard Musket, wasn't it?
And Brodie Kostecki looks like he has clambered the wall, or clouted the wall, I should say, at the exit 11, and then it sent the car straight across the road on the other side. So they've still got a green flag at the moment.
Tell you who's been able, looks like he is moving in the car, which is good. And was able to go fast, to go to 4th fastest.
So that's the end of it. I think he has hit the tyres there at the exit of 11, Rusty, and here we go. Here's the shot. So that's a real shame.
There's De Pasquale ahead of him, completing what was a good lap.
Oh, so he really had lost the back end of the Falcon quite early on in the piece through the apex of turn 11.